Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Soulful Healing Tarot. I hope you're having a truly wonderful and blessed day wherever you are. And I hope you're feeling and tapping into your inner calling because the truth is, you're here and you're everywhere. And absolutely anything that you want is available to you if you just seek guidance from your inner compass. This compass is the sacred place that connects us to all the souls, allowing well intentioned things to manifest into your beautiful lives. This is my very first podcast episode here, so I want to dedicate this first episode specifically to the young souls, okay? Navigating their journey in this world, those souls generally between the age of between 16 and 22. And truly, I'm always addressing the inner child that lives within each one of us, regardless of our age. It might feel like a familiar path you have been walking, and look how far you've already come. So, how have you been? How has life been treating you? And perhaps more importantly, how have you been treating it? The time leading up to this phase and this age range itself is a deeply formative period. It's a phase of intense curiosity and adapting, often characterized by the necessary tension between the learned belief systems of childhood and the active drive to question, rebel against, and ultimately force your own identity as you gain massive access to the outside world and grow. But right now, you might be sensing a powerful shift. You might feel things moving more into a questioning phase, a shedding phase. You might be feeling a deep, sometimes unsettling feeling in your gut when some things are just not aligning. Okay? So it's that clear signal that something is not sitting well with you, and this shedding is necessary. Taking decisions can feel incredibly hard, and the pressure of what's next, whether it's career, relationship, identity, or simply figuring out how to adult, can feel immense. I get it. This phase of life is not just wild, it's tantalizing, a mix of exhilarating possibilities and sometimes just a whole lot of confusion. We are bombarded with advice, expectations, and endless shoots from every direction. My intention is to help you navigate this phase by guiding you to a point of balance. But what if the best guide you could ever have isn't outside of you, but deep within? What if there's an inner wisdom, an inner compass just waiting for you to tune in? Taking the wise decision to tap into that inner calling right now is the best decision you can take for the life ahead of you. Your spiritual journey isn't just spiritual, it is a practical, powerful tool for self awareness. It's about building a foundation of awareness that will empower every decision you make, big or small. The legendary psychiatrist Carl Jung, a true pioneer in understanding the human psyche, once said, "Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes." Jung understood that there's a vast inner landscape waiting to be explored. And when we start to look inside, when we pay attention to those subtle nudges, we begin to awake to a deeper reality, which brings us to the very source of this wisdom, the landscape Jung called the collective unconscious. I know it sounds like a serious term, but let's make it beautiful and accessible because it is one of the most exciting concepts you can discover. Forget everything you think you know about spirituality being separate. Let's think about it using something you use every single day, Wi Fi. Imagine the collective unconscious as the world's oldest, deepest, and the most reliable divine Wi Fi network. It is an invisible, energetic field of experience that connects every single beautiful soul, past, present, and future. Your personal thoughts, your intuition, your heart's desires, that's like your personal device connected to this network. When you feel a powerful, instant connection with a new friend or mentor, you're both logging onto the same server. When you read an ancient myth or a fairy tale and think, I know that feeling, that struggle is mine too. You are accessing the shared library of human experience, those universal blueprints of personality and story that Jung called archetypes: the innocent, the seeker, the hero. This divine Wi Fi is a vast repository of universal wisdom. It holds all the patterns, symbols, and instincts that have guided humanity for millennia. It means you're never truly starting from scratch. You don't just carry the memories of your life, you carry the wisdom of all lives within you. And this is where the tools I use here at Soulful Healing Tarot, like the tarot card themselves, come in. When a tarot card shows you the Emperor, it is tapping into the universal archetype of structure and stability. When it shows you the Fool, it's activating the universal blueprint of the new beginning and leap of faith. Our sacred tools act as a translator for the symbolic language of this collective wisdom, allowing you to download the pure, clear guidance you need for your life. Carl Jung put this responsibility to yourself perfectly. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. If we don't look inward, if we don't learn this symbolic language, this powerful force is still running the show. And we end up shrugging and saying, oh well, that's just my fate. But when you start to engage with your inner compass, you step out of fate and to intentional conscious creation. So, how do we actually start making the unconscious conscious today? How do we stop listening to the noise of the world and start tuning into the divine well of wisdom within? This doesn't require massive upheaval. It requires a few small, gentle, yet incredibly necessary daily habits. Number one, learning to speak the language of simple. The unconscious doesn't speak in clear sentences, it speaks in images and feelings. You must gently teach yourself to translate this beautiful symbolic language. Keep a sacred dream journal. Keep a notebook right next to your bed. The second you wake up, before you check your phone, scribble down anything you can remember: an image, a feeling, a brief storyline. You're training your beautiful soul to acknowledge the precious data it just received. Also, notice those synchronicities, the repeated symbols, words, or colors that pop up when you're thinking about a problem. Write them down. This is the divine Wi Fi sending you a personal message. Number two, schedule tiny moments of stillness. The signals are always running, but if you're constantly busy, you're drowning out the message. Stillness is the key to clearer reception. Set a timer for just 5 minutes, maybe right after you brush your teeth or before you close your eyes at night. Sit quietly and gently listen to the silence between your thoughts. This is not about clearing your mind, but about creating a small, reverent space for your inner guidance to speak. Even 5 minutes consistently will make a massive difference in your clarity and help you achieve that vital balance we discussed. Number three, journal with intention. This is how you translate the symbolic feeling of your inner world into practical, loving awareness. Don't just write about what you did, write about how you felt. Ask yourself gentle, guided questions. If the wisest part of me could speak, what would it tell me about this relationship? Or what did my inner child need to see or hear today? By writing it down, you're taking those vague feelings and making them conscious. And that, my dear, is how you take loving control of your journey. These practices might seem simple, but they are the necessary foundation for building true soulful awareness in your life. They help you organize your life not around external pressures, but around your deepest inner wisdom. So, my dear beautiful souls, thank you for connecting with me today. We talked about your inner compass, the sanctity of tuning in, and how we are all connected to that incredible ancient library of wisdom called the collective unconscious. I want you to leave this space with this empowering thought. You are your best and most divine guide. You do not have to wait for external validation or advice to make the right moves in your lives. You have access to everything you need right now through the power of your own beautiful awareness. Your spiritual journey is not a trend, it is the most essential, practical, and deeply rewarding journey you will ever embark upon. And I'm so honored that you are deepening your commitment to it here with Soulful Healing Tarot. If anything we discussed today touched your heart or sparked anything within you, please let me know. Leave a comment below or just hit the like button. Subscribing to the channel ensures you don't miss any of the sacred guidance we share here. Take beautiful care of that inner compass, my dear beautiful souls, and I will connect with you all again very soon.